Welcome everybody, and thank you for joining us on this Silver Violet Flame workshop. And this is a little bit different to the other energies we work with, and I'm going to share that with you now. I'm just going to share my screen. And hopefully my computer won't be too slow. Okay, so you should be able to see my purple screen in a second. Okay, so I'm hoping you can see that. And so this is a very different empowerment. Some people would call it a Reiki, but it's not in the manual as a Reiki. It's in the manual as kind of an empowerment or a connection to the silver violet flame. So it was originally channeled by John Armitage, or Harry Das Melchizedek, as he likes to call himself. So, but it's more of a reconnection, shall we say. So we're going to go through most of what's in the manual that I'm going to share with you. There's also a few extra bits that I'm going to share with you too, and we'll do a little meditation to activate the energies, and we'll talk about how you can do those attunements with other people as well. So the silver violet flame is a high frequency, just similar as the regular violet flame that we work with, or the many flames that we work with. So it's a high frequency spiritual energy, and it's been around for a really, really long time. It's not new. It's an ancient flame, just like the others, but Saint Germain reintroduced it, gave it that lease of life again. So it's still working on the 7th ray, just like the original violet flame. And it's connecting into that universal consciousness. So it may seem very familiar if you're used to working with the violet flame. And it's for everybody. Everybody that feels that call to the violet flame can receive this. You do not need to be a Reiki practitioner, do not need any experience at all to work with the silver violet flame. It brings a lot of its own wisdom. So these flames are intelligent, and it will help you move into that oneness with the universe. And we invoke it. We initially start out by invoking it, so bringing it towards us. And then once you've got that connection, you'll be able to invoke it from within you as well. So we use prayers, we use the mantras, the decrees. And there's just one that I'm going to share with you in this that was in the original manual, but there are lots of others out there that you can adapt and connect to. And then, of course, we use our intention and visualization as well. So the invocation that is in the original manual is, I now invoke the silver violet flame to release the negative energy associated with whatever your problem is. It's as simple as that. And we kind of set the intention that we're going to work with it, and we use this invocation or something similar. We have an open heart and mind always when we're working with the many flames, and we always give thanks to the flame itself, the universe, and to any reverse effects of karma. So it does have the power to change and transmute unwanted energy that's coming in at a physical level for your physical body and around you, your mental, emotional, and spiritual bodies as well. So it is very, very similar to the original violet flame that we work with all the time, but it has slightly different essence and feel to it. Some people find it more gentle, and other people associate it with different properties, which we'll talk about. So, but this silver violet flame energy can take away illness, stress, anxiety, fear, doubt, hate, anger, anything unwanted, anything undesirable. It can help you extract from your life and from others as well. So it's, once we start to release and release, working with the silver violet flame, you'll start to notice the beauty around you a lot more. You'll start to move into joy a lot easier, because joy is one of its associations as well. So we've got freedom, alchemy, justice, joy, forgiveness, and mercy. So these are the qualities that we think of when we connect into the silver violet flame. So it's slightly different to other flames that we work with. It's more well-rounded, bringing in that freedom energy. And I also associate freedom vibration with receiving. So this is going to be great to help you manifest. Alchemy to help you transform from one thing to the next. Justice to bring balance, but also karmic justice. So this works on a really multi-dimensional level. We'll come back to that. So joy and forgiveness. So these are kind of loving vibrations. And we've got that mercy, which is compassion in action. So the silver violet flame can be used to cleanse, purify the aura every day, bring it into the chakras every day, to help you bring balance and clearing. So how does it work? So just take a moment to gaze at the image that we've got there, and we're going to get ourselves grounded. I'm just getting a bit of feedback on my hearing aid. 1 second. Okay, so just with your feet flat on the floor, having your palms up in a receiving position, and just gazing at the silver violet flame image. Taking a few deep breaths. And just with a nice little gentle smile on your face, as you breathe in and out, sighing gently on the exhale. And tracing the image with your eyes. As we've worked with all of these flames before in other lifetimes. So when you're drawn to the flames, it's always a reconnection. It's never been extinguished. And we're just going to imagine that it's at our feet. And it's gently rising up the body, surrounding us and cleansing and clearing our physical body. With every breath, we breathe it in, that essence of the silver violet flame. Its purity and its balance. Slowing down your body. And if there's somewhere within the body that's a bit tense at the moment, then just direct it there. As we come together today to honor the silver violet flame, to reconnect and anchor it into this time space. To find that spark within our hearts and kind of fan the flame, making it bigger, igniting it further so that we can recognize it again. So, how does it work? We use these decrees, these prayers or mantras, and we recite them with devotion. So we kind of honor the magic of the flame itself. And we imagine that it's coming into every cell, every atom, every organ, every gland. It's flooding the body system, the mind, emotions, and even our subconscious, even things that we don't remember because there's amnesia veils there. It's permeating, it's coming in on a really deep cellular level. And think about it increasing that vibration, kind of speeding up all the electrons and everything so that we are resonating on a higher frequency, on a higher cosmic level. That's reconnecting us to that divine I am God presence. Sometimes we forget that we are fractals of divine source, that we're not separate, we're all one. When one is harmed, all are harmed. And when one is helped, all are helped. So working with the silver violet flame helps us to remember our I am presence a bit easier. So, and the flame transmutes anything negative, anything unwanted that's kind of lodged within us. Even things that we hide from ourselves, like that self-hatred or low self-esteem, it's going to target it. It's going to tackle it for us. So when we think about our Anchored in Shadow Strength program that we were doing recently. This is going to help us on a deeper level go within those shadows and bring in that silver violet light to kind of shine that light within the darkness there. And it's also working on a physical level with viruses. So just like our violet flame energy, it works on a really microscopic DNA level, cellular level, to target anything that's there within the blood or the DNA. It's expelling toxins from our physical organs and transmuting karma and trauma from past, present, and I'm going to say parallel lives as well, because it doesn't mention it in the original manual, but I know that we have the ability to do that with the many flames. And it's going into the records. Okay, so it's actually going into our Akashic records and finding what's been recorded there in all variations of our body, all aspects of us. Yeah. So it's transmuting karma. So when we think about karma, we're thinking about the lessons that we're learning, the relationships that we're experiencing. And we need to think about that some of our karma is positive and some of our karma is negative. And you don't hear me use that negative word very often. I generally say unwanted. But when it comes to karma, we've been repeating those negative cycles over and over and over until we learn the lesson. And the lessons are generally ones to stand in our strength, stand in our boundaries, that kind of thing. And positive karma is relationships, lessons that allow you to be seen, heard, and rewarded, and for you to accept love and things like that. So it's coming in to transmute the heavy karma, the difficult cycles that have really been struggling to cleanse and clear throughout the lifetimes, then bringing in the silver violet flame with its attributes of justice are going to help you balance out the karma. And bringing it into transmute trauma that you're holding within your many bodies, again, it's bringing in that balance, it's bringing in justice, it's bringing in a peaceful energy in a way. So it's working through all levels and layers of light, all bodies, all fields. You hear me say that kind of thing all the time. So that's what it's doing. So sometimes our karma feels like a heavy weight in the heart, maybe, or the shoulders or the back, depending on what the lesson is. But when we invoke the flame, we start to feel lighter, start to feel a little bit less burdened, and it's consuming it. Even the things that we don't want to see, it's working on it on a deep level on our behalf. So it's clearing the records, the Akashic records of past lifetimes. And as it does that, we're kind of starting fresh in a way, and it's raising our self-esteem, allowing us to move into balance and flow a lot more, and to bring in that joy and to feel more comfortable in the body is how I feel with it right now. Okay. So when we do the attunement process today, and work with mantras and meditation and visualization, it's going to help you speed up the transmutation process. So you can work with the silver violet flame or the violet flames with without any kind of attunement, just under the law of one as a God source. You have the ability to call in all energies around you. But when we work with this particular attunement, today, it's going to anchor it in. So it's going to raise your vibration and also give you the ability to share that attunement with others as well. So bring in like an activation. So the attunement process is a pleasure, is what it says in the manual. It's a pleasure to give and receive. It's been a while since I've done this one, but I don't remember it being difficult at all. We're going to do it more in meditation because that's how I prefer to do mine. So attunements are very personal. Any kind of activation is a personal experience. Some people may feel energy. Some people may feel nothing. Some people may notice signs of an activation or healing. Others will feel nothing. Yeah, it's a really personal experience. Some people may sleep better. Others might need more aftercare. So however you feel, even if you feel nothing, do take at least 48 hours to nurture your body and to write down anything that you do notice that's different, whether it's your sleep pattern, your food or hunger patterns, or how you go to the toilet, or feminine cycles, or whatever it is. Make a note just so you can refer back to it. And of course, if you do feel unwell, always consult your doctor or come back, but this is a very, very gentle energy that we're working with. Even though it's so powerful and it transmutes and transfers and does so much, I still think of it as a more gentle energy than the violet flame I work with every day. So you may be more compassionate to others and notice that your empathy increases. And you may also notice that your intuition becomes stronger and your senses turn on a little bit more, so that you become more aware of angels and guides around you. So that might heighten for some people. So everybody prepares for attunements and activations differently. Today, we just want to make sure we're comfortable and that you get yourself really settled, because I do prefer to do it in a meditation, because that generally means you're in a deeper state of receiving, and it's more likely that it will stick with you. But there's no right or wrong way, and it's not really us doing the activation, it's the guardians coming in to do it for us. We just kind of direct the energy. Other people like to prepare the sacred space. So, we're going to put some music on, but if you've got a particular music you prefer, then you can put that on. And, meditation, chanting, praying. We will do a little bit of chanting. I will, you don't have to. So it's a really personal process. For some people, they would receive this manual before, so you can always share the manual with somebody in advance and arrange to attune their energies at a set time, doing it distantly. And then they would need to prepare their sacred space. They would need to get themselves ready for that pre-arranged time that you were going to do this with somebody else. Yeah, but we're here together. So as somebody receiving this, just make sure that you're feeling comfortable, that you're hydrated, you've got a drink nearby, maybe a pen and paper if you can. But there's no right or wrong way, so just listen to your body. So cleansing and creating a sacred space, if you were going to advise somebody else to do that, would be activating all of your senses. So making sure that there's something beautiful around you to see, that you've got it nicely decorated or arranged, lots of colors, thinking about what you can hear, so putting on some calming music, tranquil, and using your, I'm getting a lot of energy coming in right now. I think it's already coming in. Using your nose senses with some incense, that kind of thing, maybe even what you can taste, having something nice on your tongue like chocolate. And I'm just generally thinking about creating a space for you to not be disturbed for about 10-15 minutes. So when we do go into it, you'll be able to, I will prompt you to say, I'm prepared, I'm ready to receive the silver violet flame being sent to me by Julia, and allow yourself to just relax and take a few deep breaths. But I will prompt you and remind you. And then I'm going to guide you into a meditation where you'll be able to connect with the silver violet flame visually, and connect to our guardians as well, connect to Saint Germain and Lady Portia. So I like to bring in Lady Portia to work with the silver violet flame, because sometimes you'll see this energy channeled as a silver violet flame Reiki of Lady Portia, like other people have connected to. In this particular modality, it only mentions Saint Germain, but when we're working with justice, I bring in Lady Portia. So I will be sharing another handout with you guys with information about Lady Portia as well. Okay. So yeah, so we're going to do a meditation. And then when we get towards the end, I will be just kind of reminding you that you've kind of attuned to the energies, that you're integrating it into your body, and to be gentle with yourself. And I just thought I'd put this in there so you can understand that once you receive this activation, you can share it with others the way I'm sharing it with you now. So you can actually give an attunement if you wanted to have students, or you wanted to share this with friends and family, then you could do that. You could also share it in a group. If you want to do a meditation that was group, or share it in a workshop with others, then you could do that. And you could share the original manual that I'm going to share with you guys as well. So, and again, we do the same process. We create that sacred space, making sure there was time. We make sure everybody was relaxed. And if we were doing a distance attunement with somebody, we'd want to make sure that we had their name and their location. We'd be calling in our guides, like Saint Germain and the angels of the silver violet flame. Could also call in the ultraviolet flame angels, or the crystal angels, that kind of thing as well. So you could bring in whatever guides and guardians you want to work with. But particularly for the attunement, we're calling in the angels of the silver violet flame and Saint Germain. So they send the attunement on our behalf. We literally just direct the energy. So with this one, you don't need to create any chi balls or anything like that. I'm just issuing a command, and the guides will literally share that energy with you, and you'll be able to relax and call it in. So if you were sharing it as an activator with somebody else, just know that it's just a command that you're sending, an intention. And we'll do a visualization, and we put in the command. So I will be saying that I call upon the keepers of the silver violet flame and I Saint Germain to assist in attuning everybody in my group here with the silver violet flame. So all of this information is in the handout, and once we've done this, we're going to talk a little bit more about how to use the silver violet flame, what to use it for. But it is a really simple energy to work with. So we'll be doing a meditation to see the flames all around and within us. And then I'll be doing a declaration to say that everyone has been attuned to the fire of unconditional love and spiritual service. So you may not hear me say that, but the intention will be there. And keep it as simple as possible. That's what it states in the original manual. Okay, so I'm just going to put on some music. So if you want to get yourself comfortable, and this is going to be only about 10-15 minutes. Okay. So just getting yourself nice and comfortable, closing your eyes and taking a few deep breaths. And allowing your body to relax, giving yourself permission. and knowing that there's nowhere else that you need to be right now. Taking a few deep breaths and calling back your energy across time and space. And thinking back to other lifetimes where you may have already connected to the silver violet flame. Maybe in Atlantis or Lemuria, or in ancient Egypt or Greece. Relaxing your shoulders, your arms, or allowing your palms to be open, receiving to welcome the silver violet flame today. With every breath that you exhale, you're releasing tension from your body. And with every breath that you inhale, your body is relaxing deeper and deeper on a cellular level. No worries, no cares, just a desire to connect to the silver violet flame as we welcome in Saint Germain, keeper of the many flames, ascended master and priest of Atlantis, mentor and guide Saint Germain. He comes to us today with proud smiles and gentle energy, for he knows how important this energy is. The silver violet flame has many attributes, many energies within, as we connect to its freedom energy, to help us clear ties and cords and bindings. We connect to its alchemy energy to transform, to empower. We connect to the energy of justice and welcome Lady Portia, priestess of Atlantis and guardian on the board of karma, bringing balance to our body, mind, spirit, and to restore balance and justice within our Akashic records, within our codes, our blueprints, our codex. The silver violet flame brings us the energies of forgiveness and mercy. And with that, we transform into joy and ease. seeing them stand before you now, Saint Germain and his companion Lady Portia, with their arms open wide as they call in the angels of the silver violet flame. We welcome the angelic presence. We request the assistance of your personal guides, the assistance of the angels of the silver violet flame, the assistance of Saint Germain and Lady Portia, and your personal violet flame dragons. We request that they assist us in attuning to the energies of the silver violet flame today. Imagining that you are surrounded by a beautiful purple silver light, creating a circle of energy with the silver violet flame. You see the silver violet flame below your feet, this calm and cool energy, and above your head, a sphere of the silver violet flame. All around you, 360 degrees. And as you take a few slow, deep breaths, in your mind, you say, I am prepared and ready to receive the silver violet flame being sent to me by Julia AnchorHaven, Saint Germain, Lady Portia, and the angels of the silver violet flame, supported by the dragons, are my personal guides and guardians. I am ready to receive now. Seeing this beautiful silver violet light all around you, gently touching your skin and permeating your many bodies. I call upon the keepers of the silver violet flame and ask Saint Germain to assist me now in attuning everybody here with me to the silver violet flame today. Attuning the energies across time and space for the highest good of all and harm to none, with the silver violet flame surrounding everyone, entering their heart, all chakras within the body and without, allowing it to flow through all levels, all layers of the body, all grids and fields, into the present lifetime book, parallel lives and universes. We attune you now to the silver violet flame, the fire of unconditional love and spiritual service. And we welcome you now to go in peace, to attune others to their spiritual flame, to share and to anchor the spiritual flame wherever you may go. Breathing deeply and allowing yourself to receive these energies. The silver violet light, silver violet breath, silver violet mist, the silver violet flame. We ask that the silver violet flame is anchored through your grounding roots and into Mother Earth, to allow her to extend these energies across the planet, wherever they are needed most, for the highest good of all, and so it is. as the silver violet flame flows through your body, beginning to settle now, you feel your palm chakras open with the silver violet flame coming out of your palms. Beautiful, pure, unconditional loving energy to share with others. Placing your palms on your body, wherever you feel you need healing the most. Knowing that the silver violet flame will seek out the heart of the matter, bringing freedom and joy. And seeing the flames around you slowly begin to dissipate, giving thanks to the silver violet flame, giving thanks to the silver violet flame angels, dragons and Akashic keepers, giving thanks to Lady Portia and to Saint Germain, keeper of the many flames. As the energies slowly begin to dissipate now, bringing your awareness back to your toes and scanning your body, releasing any tension, coming all the way up to your jaw, releasing tension from your jaw and your shoulders, bringing your awareness to your eyes and to your tongue as it touches the roof of your mouth. Taking a deep breath now, grounding down your energies with your breath. And when you are ready, opening your eyes. Okay, just going to share my screen. So you may feel like it takes a little while for the activation to kick in or settle down. Everyone is different. I'm not expecting any big concerns on this activation because it felt very, very gentle. But if you do need any support, please let me know. Okay. Okay, so using the silver violet flame energies, it's very much with intention and visualization and mantra, that kind of thing. So these are highly transformational, can be used on yourself and others, especially pets as well. Pets would love this, or your garden, your home, you know, sharing with the earth like we just did as well. Calling upon the guides and the angels when you're working with it is a great way to do, because they can direct the energy for you. And then calling on Saint Germain as well when you go to bed, and just asking them to bring in the silver violet flame at night time and allow it to work while you're sleeping. Yeah, or you could visualize a silver violet light over you scanning your body, or a flame beneath you, or whatever. There's no limitation there, whatever feels right for you. So if you have a specific issue, then you can ask it to work on that, or just ask it to go within the body intuitively. By morning, you should feel a lot lighter. Yeah, anything that you went to bed with should feel, you know, resolved or changed in some way, working with this energy. If something's really tricky, then do it every night for a set period of time, and journal it out if you can, to notice any changes as well. So we've got breaking through barriers. So breaking through past life issues would still be available for this as well. But that might take time to do the breakthrough of past life. Overcoming addictions, again, it is deep-rooted fears. It is going to need consistent. It's not going to be a one-off. It will need a consistent practice. Yeah. Could you just put yourself on mute? Sorry. And painful memory. So if there's something specific that you know, you can direct it to those memories, but you may also find that it resolves things that you don't remember. So a lot of the time when things are very traumatic, the mind will block it out for you. The mind could even create a different aspect of you, but the silver violet flame will still work with all of you to heal all of you as one. And it can help resolve difficulties in relationships, situationships. And so in the manual, it makes reference to that people who've directed it into relationships get a tremendous relief. There's a burden lifted, is what was reported. But just see how you feel about that, because everyone is different. Okay. Yep, so use daily to clear the physical body and the aura and the chakra bodies if you can. And again, it doesn't need to be long. It can just be an instruction, and it will work on your behalf, working with the angels of the silver violet flame, Saint Germain, Lady Portia, or working with your violet flame dragons. Yeah. So to heal others, again, we're going to do the same kind of situation. We're going to call on the angels and Saint Germain, and we're going to see yourself, or see them, see you together with the silver violet flame around you. Imagine yourself healing that person and the angels coming in, yeah, to help transform any issues. So like we just did, we created an orb, a sphere of silver violet light. You might like to see, especially if you're doing distance healing, that person's in an orb, that you're in an orb, and you bring your orbs together to create one big sphere with you in there, all sharing the silver violet flame energies together. And just, you know, do what suits your style. So there's no right or wrong way to work with these energies. You could literally just say, okay, silver violet flame angels, can you go and do that for me, please? And just instruct it and leave it up. You don't always need to be directing every tiny detail. If you're not great at visualization, then I just call on Saint Germain and the silver violet flame angels and say, please, can you help this person with this situation? And just intend for it to be done. Visualize that person with a smile on their face, that they feel happy, comforted, free, joyful, and just kind of know that it's taken care of as well. So this is the main mantra for the silver violet flame. However, you can use any of the violet flame decrees or mantras that are out there and adapt it. So instead of it being I am the violet flame, is I am the silver violet flame. So I love the violet flame decree. But this one is I am a being of silver violet fire. I am the purity God desires. And when it talks about God, it's talking about that oneness of the universe. It's not talking about a particular religious God. It's talking about the essence of the I am, which is we are all one. We are all love. We are all light. Yeah. So, and you could repeat this 3 times. So I'm a being of silver violet fire. I'm the purity God desires. I prefer, I am the violet flame mantra. So I would just adapt that to I am the silver violet flame, yeah, and go on and do that. But you might find a different one that you prefer, or you might like to write your own prayer or your own mantra. I call upon the angels of the silver violet fire, and I direct them to that particular person, and do make up your own kind of prayer or poem that fits that. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to stop sharing for a second. So just like working with any violet flame or any flame energy, we can visualize it as a fire, as an ember, as a mist. We can see it as smoke as well surrounding that person. We can place it anywhere you like. You can literally have that silver violet flame in front of you and feel it kind of spreading all around you. You can place it above your doorways like a silver violet flame curtain. You can imagine that like every cup you have is created from the silver violet flame, so it's purifying everything that you have there. So there's no real limitation. Even if you're not sure, then just call on Saint Germain to help you. So Saint Germain might come to you in many different ways. So he's had many different incarnations. I work with him as Saint Germain, the alchemist and priest of Atlantis, but I also work with him as Merlin, the wizard. So, but he's also been known to come across as Christopher Columbus, Francis Bacon, and many others. And if you're not kind of gelling with Saint Germain, then you might like to work with Lady Portia. So she's a really beautiful energy. So I'm just going to find her information. 1 second. So I have a separate handout for Lady Portia, which some of you might have seen if you're on the Violet Flame Reiki Mastery program. So I'm just going to open that. And she's a really beautiful, calming but powerful energy. So I can tell you a little bit about Lady Portia. So she is an ascended master, just like Saint Germain. Even though we call her Lady Portia, she's actually an ascended master. So she's got to that point where she's had that choice of leaving the planet, spending all her time in Shambhala or Nirvana, but she chose to stay here with us. So she's also known as the goddess of justice and keeper of the flame of opportunity. She is a Choan of the 7th ray, which is the violet ray. So she's a lord or lady. And it's the spiritual frequency of the violet flame. So she is the twin flame of Saint Germain, but she's also a master, a patron of the violet flame, and a hierarch of the Aquarian age. So her and Saint Germain work together to bring balance, wisdom, and mercy to humanity. But she embodies divine justice, so she goes really well with the silver violet flame energies. And it's not about judging, but more about bringing balance of mercy and fairness. So she teaches you that justice must always be tempered with compassion and wisdom and love. So it's not about, someone's right, someone's wrong. She tries to bring in aligned decisions, helping you trust your inner wisdom and embracing opportunities for growth as well. So even though she's bringing in that strong presence of transformation and justice with the silver violet flame, she's still coming forward to help you move into higher awareness. So it's Lady Portia that helps you with your psychic gifts. And when we do the Violet Flame Chakra Awakening course, one of the things that she does with that, the Violet Flame Chakra, she brings in the sight of the soul. So even if you've not had that particular upgrade, you can still work with her in the Silver Violet Flame to heighten your psychic senses, yeah? So she'll come in to encourage you to trust your inner wisdom, to trust your divine power, and to, I'm getting really high vibration as I talk about this, and to listen to the clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognizance, yeah? So she's going to ask you to listen to yourself more. Okay, so she brings in karmic resolution, and she will help you working with the Silver Violet Flame to bring in a release of past life burdens. And when you've got unresolved energy, then it's good to call on Lady Portia. If you're not sure what's going on, you call on Lady Portia. She also brings in soul liberation and encourages you to clear your self-doubt and your fear that might actually have been from past lifetimes. And she works really well with divine timing as well. So she helps you see when to act and when to wait, yeah? And helps you balance out life decisions. So Lady Portia goes all the way back to Atlantis, and she was working in the temples of the Violet Flame there. Just gonna have a drink. So, but she's worked in other temples of light, and she initiates people. So it's great to try and foster a relationship with her and the Silver Violet Flame, because she'll bring in extra initiations for you, especially related to the dragons and that kind of thing. So she works with gold and violet and the Silver Violet Flame energies. She's very much connected to fire energy as well, and some say the number 7. So you can just call on her, or you could do a mantra. You could just think about her, you know, with your hand on your heart and see her beauty. Or you could use a phrase which I've got here, which is, Beloved Lady Portia, keeper of divine justice and mercy, guide me in my choices and actions. Help me to walk the path of wisdom and truth, balancing fairness with love. Assist me in aligning with my highest potential and embracing opportunities before me. With gratitude, I welcome your presence in my life. Yeah. So, or you could just think of a Lady Portia, please connect me with the Silver Violet Flame. And think about what you'd like to transmute or transform. Yeah, and do that way. She does have her own Sanskrit mantras. You might find those like Om Portia Namaha is one that you might find out there. Or you could use any Violet Flame decree with Lady Portia is fine. So her message for the modern world, she calls upon light workers and healers and spiritual seekers to stand in their truth, to bring balance to their lives. Her energy inspires courage, clarity, and alignment with divine purpose. So she brings in lessons for you of justice and mercy, but also self-empowerment, yeah? So if you're not sure what's next for you, if you're not sure how you feel about something, then bring in Lady Portia to help you with your discernment of what feels true to you. And if there is injustice, then she's still the perfect goddess to bring in, ascended master to bring in and help you. So, you know, if there's any kind of injustice, something doesn't feel right, then call on the Silver Violet Flame and ask Lady Portia to assist you there. So, but she's very much an energy of new opportunities, yeah, trusting that your psychic senses, really lovely energies for Lady Portia. Okay, any questions? No? Yep, so when you go home, just try and think of the Silver Violet Flame at bedtime, or you might like to create a crystal grid and use, you know, your healing hands to just call on the Silver Violet Flame, call on the angels of the Silver Violet Flame, Saint Germain, Lady Portia, and ask them to fill your crystal grid with that silver violet energy for transformation. Write down what it is you want to transform and place it under the center crystal and just charge it up with those energies. Or you can just place your hands on your body and think, you know, I call on the Silver Violet Flame for healing and freedom and joy. Okay.